Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to Leela Budgets. Now let's hope this video doesn't just cut out like the last one did. Oh, I've been having fun with YouTube, can you tell? Right, we are here for Tiny Tuesdays. Let's bring it on. Lee was Little Angel in her Christmas nativity yesterday, and then she got sent home, so she's downstairs. Lara's currently asleep. She is full of snot and cold. It's been fun. Right. 3. Oh, about time. It hasn't had any for ages, has it? 3. Okay. 6. Buffer, which is going towards beefing up the emergency fund. 3, which is for gosh appointments, which is great. Ormond Street Children's Hospital. 1. 5. Come on, we've only got £3 coins left. Let's get rid of that. Oh, beer. Come on. 4 and a 2 would be lovely. Nope, not gonna happen. 5. Well, that's okay. So 4 was for subscriptions, even though I've been using the road tax one. 5 is for appliances. 6 is for emergency fund. 3 is for Great Ormond Street. 2 is for clothing. And 1 is for my week ahead. Okay, let's get some pens out. How's everybody's week been? And like I say, on, what was it? Thursday night, I did think for a second that we might be going off to our local hospital. They always get worse at night, don't they? The children, that is. That needs to get back in mine. I think I've cleaned it off. Right. So we've got 3 for that. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, her breathing went a bit funny. So I put her on a SATS monitor. We haven't had to do that for such a long time. And her SATs weren't sitting where I would typically expect them to be. So, oh man, we have open access to our local hospital children's ward. So we just phone up and say we're coming in. But I phoned them and said, look, this is what's happening. Her SATs aren't right. I'm not sure. And they were like, okay, we'll get a registrar to ring you back. And I was like, oh, okay then. But it wasn't a registrar that knew her, which always makes me go, oh, as well, because it's so much easier when the consultants are in and they know her and know her history, and I don't have to go through everything. Her notes are way too long to read. So anyway, I sat down and watched her for a further half an hour whilst waiting, and her SATs picked back up. So I said to them, right, I'm not going to bring her back in because I'm happy that her SATs have come back up a bit. However, I will get she's on a, they don't have it in every area. They only started doing it here a year ago. A rapid response respiratory physio program. And I said, I'll call them and have them come out tomorrow and assess her, and then if we need to come in, we'll come in. So that is what we did, and they deemed, yes, she wasn't quite right. They did some physio with her. It loosened everything up. Keeping an eye on her, see how she goes, and she had been okay. However, the little minx seems to have decided that she wanted to finish school term early. So I took her in on Monday. I mean, she wasn't 100%, don't get me wrong, she really isn't 100%. But at the same point, I have to balance sending her in with obviously the risks to her, but also the risks to her education, or not risks, but the time off, etc. So I sent her in for her nativity. Myself and my mum and La went and watched. But I did say to them in the morning, she's not right. She's not particularly happy, and etc. And then I got a phone call to say, or we can change that out for a tennis scene. I got a phone call to say, yeah, she's not been right this morning. Like, yeah, I know, I told you. And she's fallen asleep on her 1-to-1 now. And did you want to come and collect her? I was like, yeah, all right, I'll come pick her up. And they were going on a school trip today to a pantomime, which would have been lovely, but I had already said to them yesterday, look, she's not 100%, that will be too much for her. Let's not do it. So yeah, I was going to get the respiratory physio to come out again and reassess today as a follow-up, but I phoned them and said, I don't really think I need you at the moment. And they're really good. They are literally they're really good. They come out, they check her over, check her sats. If she needs something, they'll do it if they can. If not, they'll refer us to the hospital. And yeah, basically, she didn't need to go in. I have increased her antibiotics this week though. She's on some prophylactic antibiotics to help keep us out of hospital, especially during the winter. And yeah, but it's always that whole, it's hard to explain. I think probably some of the other ladies will understand this, like Samantha at the New Sam Savings, Emily at Autumn Budgets. Oh, by the way, her Advent, like her Vlogmas, that murder mystery, oh my goodness, it's amazing. If you like a bit of a, whodunit, go over, start from the beginning, check out. She's giving out clues every single day. Well, she's giving out, the information that she has every single day. She's got it sealed. It's been brilliant. Anyway, back to what I was saying about children. Yeah, I think, like, if you've got a child who has a lot of complex and additional medical needs, so I know that, like, Sam at New Sam Savings, Emily at Autumn Budgets, for very different reasons, as in the children have very different complexities. And I don't know about Selena, maybe to an extent Miss Budgets as well, but she's not really spoken on it, so I don't know. But when you have a child who has complex medical needs as well as just complex additional needs, you're always almost on edge. Do you know what I mean? You're always sort of waiting. In the back of your head, it's always there. It's always in the back of your mind that your child goes downhill and goes downhill quite quickly. And for other people, it's like, oh, well, they've just got a cold. But I know when Lee gets just a cold, it's not just a cold. It could be RSV. She could be on ventilators and all sorts of things. So it's a case of being aware all the time. And even when you're in like a good phase, I'm doing air quotes, I hate that. But even when you're in a good phase, kind of, it's always in the back of your mind that they can go downhill so quickly. And it's kind of always like the quicker you act, the more preventative you can be, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so that's kind of where we're at now. Like I'm at Lexi Claus. Went and visited the children's ward the other day and took a load of toys and presents up, like brand new ones that we bought with the money from the Lisa Grateful Me Santa's Little Helper Savings Challenge. And we delivered them. And I said, look, just because you know that there's presents there does not mean that you go back to get one. Yeah, so it's just, it's hard to know what's for the best. I think a pantomime would have been completely far too much sensory input for her while she's not feeling very well. And like I say, it doesn't help the fact that La is absolutely full of cold and snot, and you're kind of hoping that one doesn't pass it to the other, or I'm not sure which way round it went. I know I've been waking up not feeling 100% as well. It's just been a really hard week. So, my intention is that on Friday when I get paid, I will go to the bank, withdraw my money for the month. I need to be really strict for December. and to be fair, through 2025, because I have some massive challenges to get on with, as in I need to save £2,500 for the training course that I want to do during next year. I still need to sort out the second phase of the garden problem, which is ripping out all the decking and replacing it all, which again is about £2,500–3,000. So yeah, there's a lot of money to be saved, or to try and save. I'm on a low income. We have just got the holiday home as well, the chalet, but that was Mr. Leela, and that was basically, that was money that was the girls. So he'd been saving money for the girls. He is in a well-paid job, fortunately. So we drew the money from their account because, to be quite honest, interest rates are not great, and it was doing nothing, and we put it into property for them. But also so that obviously we have the benefits of being able to go off and use that facility as well. And yeah, I'm personally, me and my 2 children, living at home Monday to Friday alone. Mr. Leela does not support our daily kind of needs, if you know what I mean. Like, our incomes are very much separate. So you have my income, which is quite low, you have his income, and you know, if the children need something, he will pay for it. But you know, I also kind of like the independence that I have. I think he's going to help me with the garden, with phase 2, which is ripping all the decking out and everything else. We're going to try and we've got some friends that are carpenters and / builders, and they said that they will help as well, but obviously buying the wood and everything to do it is expensive too. But it's cheaper than the other options, and my garden's on a bit of a slope, so it's just, yeah, easier to just replace what's there. So they said that they would help. It needs to be done in the summer, or at least the spring, when it's better weather. However, nothing can be done until I have the money. I think if I got together half the money for the decking, he may contribute the other half, but because it's for the children to be able to play outside. But I'm not sure 100% at the moment, because we've obviously just spent out a fortune on this holiday home. But at the same point in time, you know, they've now got a holiday home that we can go to. So you know, the garden's kind of, you know. Yeah, so I think that's kind of everything. I think Lee has decided that she has ended the school term already for Christmas, and decided that she's breaking up early and not going to church on Friday, which is absolutely fine, because around the church would have been absolute pandemonium. 300 children and parking space for maybe 20 cars. It would have been a nightmare. So I think she's done for this term, and I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? She needs a couple of days to chill out, rest, get herself together, and if that keeps us out of hospital over Christmas, I'm absolutely fine with that. Yeah, so that's kind of it. Oh, in other news, so in order to do my savings for next year, I've kind of worked through my binders and stuff, and I've kind of worked out, like, I've budgeted money to go towards the training as its own kind of sinking fund. And then money from challenges may or may not go into it. They may go into the garden. Like, it's just going to depend on, I need to get the money together for that training course. And I am going to take part in the HOP, which is very much an across the pond thing. I've seen some people that did the HOP this year, so we could talk about next year, that are in Canada, but nobody from over here. So basically 2025's rules are slightly different. Last year they were taking $18 a week to the HOP and doing 3 times a week, saving $6 each time. This time there's an extra envelope added, and they've made it $20 for the week, with $2 going into automatically going straight into a Saver's Choice envelope. and then the rest of it's done by roll. So you hop channels. So there'll be a calendar up, and I'm guessing it's going to be started by Donna. Donna Powered by Creativity, but I don't know. Could be Mama Bear. Budget with Mama Bear. Could be the Travelling and Savings Chief. They're all really good channels in America. And basically, they will roll a dice. Maybe not this big. Some of them have got big dices, or die. They'll roll the dice 6 times, one for each of the dollars or pounds or whatever currency you're using. And then everybody saves in the same envelope. So if it's one that's for giving, you put one in giving. But you hop from channel to channel to see where you're putting those monies each week, each day. So it's going to be Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday that they do it. Obviously for me, it's probably going to be the day after, because I'm going to have to, they're behind us, so I'm going to have to wait for them, which is fine. It's all good. It's all good. It's going to be fun. I'm going to probably try and also do the kids hop, which I will use my 50p's for, because they're doing it a quarter. We don't have quarters, we have 20p. And I didn't want to get too much into coins, so like 20p, 25p, etc. And as I have 2 children, I thought, well, that's okay. We'll replace quarters with 50p's. So that's 25 for one, 25 for the other. And yeah, we'll give it a go and see how we get on. Because at the end of the day, that's all we can do is try. And see how we get. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've got Jules's monthly planner savings challenge. I have these lovely ones from Nikki at Cash But Cute for monthlies. They've got different amounts on them. I'm currently working on February. I'm a little bit ahead, which is good. I'm going to do the... Oh, I've got them down here. I'm going to do the Because It Happens dice roll. At some point I will then do the Beauty and the Beast and the Stitch ones. And yeah, here's the hop. Okay, we've got a load of trackers, which I've printed them off. The Ding 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 this is the new style one. I'm going to have a separate Ding 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 for the hop, I think, just because I want to. But basically the Ding 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 is every time you finish a challenge, you put an extra, in our case, £1 into that challenge. Okay, so I kind of wrote the rules down on the back just so that I don't forget. So number 1 envelope is Oh Poop. Now these are digital downloads, guys, so I printed them off, and then I decided to laminate them. The guys over in America just tape down the sides. Do whatever you feel. Then there's debt, is number 2. I'm currently debt free, so that's fine. Like, that can be reallocated wherever I want once I've done. Do you know what I mean? Emergency is number 3, which again will just give my emergency fund a little boost. Give generously is number 4. The hop holidays is number 5. And self-care is number 6. And then Saver's Choice is number 7. And then this was a little freebie just because. And then I absolutely loved the last year style of the Give Generously, and I had printed it already, so I just stuck it in the back there. So I have just printed off the kids hop to do. I just need to cut them, and I think I'm just going to cut and tape them. I don't think I'm going to bother laminating them. I'm going to sort out a version of the prop money. I'm going to kind of butcher it a little bit just to suit my purposes. And yeah, so if you want to take part in it all, check out Donna Powered by Creativity or Budget with Mama Bear, and we'll go from there. Obviously the chalet has its own savings completely separate, and a lot of those are by Essex Cash Stuffing. And yeah, that's it. Oh, and we are currently just over halfway on Nikki's those pesky long months, which again I will try and put into week ahead, to try and build that up again, or to build that up so that I'm a week ahead, and then work on the next week ahead and the next one and so on. But that's my plan. Like I say, there's some big goals in there for next year, and it is going to be really testing my budget, so we shall see, we shall see. Oh, and I'm also going to be doing the seasonal challenge by Jules, which you saw me do this year. I re-stickered them all once I'd completed them, and I have currently got the winter one in my binder, ready to start that next. So hopefully I will see you on Friday for a quick video, if the children allow, and I will catch you soon. Hopefully this hasn't cut off for a change. Bye for now.